I'm Ruben, and this is Tech Enthusiast. So, welcome back to the channel. I was in Best Buy a couple of days ago, and I was just kind of browsing around the store, and I stumbled upon a wireless microphone kit. And it's not from a brand that I recognize. I'm not sure if this is pronounced boa or booya or whatever the case might be, but I wanted to just show off this set because I think it's a good value. And although I've only had it for about 3 days, I've used it a lot over the last 3 days, doing different things with it, testing it out, recording different things. And I feel like so far so good, it's a good value. So we're gonna take just a couple of minutes and do a quick kind of mini review, if you will, and then maybe come back at a later point in time and look at it a little more extensively. So with that being said, this is the box that the product comes in. Of course, on the front, it is the wireless microphone as well as the model number here. You've got your transmitter and your receiver, as well as the lavalier mic featured on the front. It lets you know that it's compatible with everything from cell phones to tablets to computers, cameras, whether it's still cameras or video cameras. It's compatible with all of it. On the back side, it lets you know that it features super clear recording sound. It's compatible with smartphones, DSLR cameras, consumer camcorders, PC, etc. Lightweight and compact for easy carrying. Omnidirectional lavalier microphone, easy to use. This is what I think is a great value, but there's a hard case included, and I'll show that in a moment. You have a standard camera shoe mount and a clip included. And what I think is great about this, for a package that only runs about $125, I actually found it on sale for a little bit less, about 115. It is up to 50 meters, so about 150 feet of operational range. Now, of course, that's with no obstacles or interference, but that's pretty good. I mean, 50 meters is a good amount of space, which I think is great. And what's more interesting too is that unlike some other wireless microphone kits or lavalier mics, this not only takes batteries in the transmitter, but it also takes batteries in the receiver as well. So I'll show you what that looks like. So we'll put that to the side. This is the case that it comes with, which I think is a great value. You know, I've been using a different microphone kit from Samsung for the last couple of years, and what surprised me about this one is the carrying case that's included. And so you'll notice inside the carrying case, you've got space for all the cords, you've got a space for the receiver, and a space for the transmitter. You've got a zippered pouch area up here. Now, the reason why I've got two sets of AA batteries up here is because with this, again, not only does the receiver and the transmitter take AA batteries, but I want to make sure that I'm never somewhere and suddenly I need extra batteries. So I'm kind of getting in the habit of leaving some two sets of fresh AA batteries inside the pouch here. But the pouch is designed specifically to hold these very securely. It's not very large at all, so it's easy to just kind of stick into a bag or a backpack or anything like that. And you've got your full microphone kit with you, which I think is great. So this is the pouch that comes with it. So we'll put that to the side. Now let's take a look at the transmitter. So what's interesting about the transmitter is it has a clip on the back. Okay, this will not only rotate, but it is also removable. So if you push this to the side, you can actually remove the entire clip off the back of the transmitter. And the same goes for the receiver as well, which I think is great. Now, this is your battery door. This is where you're gonna get your, or where you're gonna put your two AAA batteries. I may have said AA at some point, but it's AAA batteries. Now, with that being said, I heard that the battery life on here is rated at about 6 hours. And so for some, that's plenty of time. For others, that's not a lot of time. And so that is why I've decided to kind of put those AAA batteries in that carrying case. Now, you've got a simple on and off switch located here on the side. You've also got a pair button here if you need to pair not only the receiver, or excuse me, the transmitter that it comes with, but you can actually pair multiple ones to the same receiver, which I think is great. It's got a little indicator here letting you know that this is where the antenna is. I like that there is no physical antenna extending from this, so it does make it a much smaller unit than what I'm accustomed to. Up top, you've not only got your microphone port here. Now, all the ports on here are not like the 3-pin ports that you might see on other wireless microphone kits. These are all 3.5 millimeter jacks. So you've got one here, which is for your microphone. This also supports line in. So if you want to pull any kind of sound from any other source, it's easy to do that along with not having to unplug the microphone, which I think is great. So around front, you've just got your branding letting you know what the model number is. And that is essentially it. That is the entire transmitter. So moving along, let's look at the receiver. Now you'll notice I've got a piece of Velcro here on the front. That's only because I have come up with a way of kind of sticking this on the back of my tripod when I'm recording. But you know, this is obviously not something that comes along with it. So you'll notice that the receiver looks identical to the transmitter. The major difference is on the side, instead of having a pair button, you've got an up and down volume button. And so that corresponds with the button up here, which allows you to plug in headphones so you can hear what's being picked up by the microphone in real time. And on top of that, you can also go ahead and use your line out. Now, your line out is going to go to your cell phone, your camera, your tablet, that sort of thing. Of course, this is going to go to your headphones. So we talked about the fact that the clip on here not only rotates, but it is also removable, just like on the transmitter. So again, I like the fact it's not bulky. There's not a whole lot of antenna sticking out or anything like that. The fact that it takes a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, I think, is a big plus. And at the end of the day, you're looking at a product that's easily able to be moved around. It's quite small, which I think is great. It still takes your two AAA batteries, just like the transmitter. Again, you've got your line in, your headphones, you've got your clip, and then your volume button here. Now, here is going to be your toggle on and off button. Whether it is the transmitter or the receiver, you're going to notice that it's going to flash blue whenever it is powered on. And the same goes for the transmitter as well. It will let you know when they're connected, because that will be solid blue, and that will be a slow, steady blinking here. Whereas if one of these are off, you'll only get that faster blinking, which is a good indicator to just let you know if you've left anything on, which is great because they do work off of batteries and you don't want to accidentally kill the batteries. So let's move on to the cords that come with this unit as well. So this is your lavalier mic as well. You've got a clip that comes with it as well as a windscreen, and you of course are going to connect it again using that 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. This is going to be your additional cord, and this is going to allow you to, again, you're going to be using that line in and that line out to be able to include additional sound from different sources, excuse me, which I think is great. And then this cord here is the one that is going to go specifically to the transmitter, not the receiver, but to the transmitter. This portion will go into the microphone itself, and this end is going to go into the phone itself. Now, I personally do not have a phone that has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and I think a lot of us don't anymore. You know, we're now in a world where 3.5 millimeter headphone jacks are kind of obsolete. And so what does that mean? Well, that means you're going to be looking into getting something like this. So I have a phone that has a USB type C port. And so this is a simple $5 adapter that allows you to plug the tip of this in. and then suddenly you're able to plug this directly into the phone if you have a phone or a tablet that doesn't have this adapter. Now, if you have a camera or something like that, then you may still have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. But whether it's USB C or Lightning port, you can buy a cheap adapter like this for only a few bucks, and it will allow you to easily connect it to any of your phones. The last thing I wanted to show, and it's mentioned on the back of the box here, is going to be the shoe mount, which is actually going to be great if you are mounting this to the top of the camera. So essentially the way this works is these are the grooves that line up on the back of the receiver. And so when you have the receiver, and this happens to be the transmitter, but the receiver works the same way, you're just going to go ahead and remove the clip, and then you're going to go ahead and slide on this shoe. And so what's great about that is you can instantly then mount this directly on top of the camera or whatever you are sending the audio to from the microphone. All of this for only 120 bucks. And the performance so far is really not bad at all. I find myself pleasantly surprised with how well it works. You've got your 50-meter operation range. You've got your carrying case. The fact that it takes AAA batteries, for some people, they might not like that. For others, it's a win because you can kind of get these batteries from anywhere. You don't have to worry about carrying around an additional charger. Again, you will need to invest in an adapter similar to this if you plan on connecting this to any kind of modern phone without a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So all in all, a good experience. I would recommend a microphone for any kind of, YouTuber who's really trying to get better sound in their videos like myself. I've been using lavalier mics for a couple of years because I feel like good sound is something that you should definitely include in your videos. And for a little over $100, this particular product known as the boya or boa, not sure how it's pronounced, will give you that. It will give you the ability to have good sound. It'll give you the ability to walk away from your camera and show off different things and not have to worry about the sound that's coming through. It does give you, again, the line in, the line out. Those are things that appeal to me because I want to be able to include additional sound in the video. So all in all, I think it's a good purchase. And so stay tuned for more videos. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button. Also, please consider subscribing to this channel. And finally, from one tech enthusiast to another, God bless.